I was a victim of a violent crime as a child, and the police, the district attorney, and all of those people, they treated me so well. And I have enough insight to think, well, what would my life be like if I had horrible interactions, if I were profiled, if my neighborhoods were raided?
Chapter 6, start at verse 25. Right, so yeah, the suffering part. I like that you say you feel bad. You say you feel bad for what we went through as a people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that we've suffered. But do it look like you said if we suffer a lot, we should suffer less, right?
No, if we accept that suffering is part of life, we will suffer less. But for me, because like for Buddhists, it's to reach enlightenment.
Right.
But I have taken a vow as a bodhisattva that I will delay my enlightenment.
Like I said, our people, they've accepted that they suffered a lot. They're tired. That's why they have Black Lives Matter marches. That's why Martin Luther King did what he did. But since he's passed, and since Malcolm X passed, all of our forefathers, right, we haven't stopped suffering less.
Right.
It seemed like we accepted that we suffered, but our people are constantly being oppressed. Our people are constantly going through hell and catching all the hell based off of your people, your forefathers, right? The nation that they established. Because whether you like it or not, the Germans helped establish America.
Absolutely.
So our people, they've accepted the suffer, and that's why they constantly try to join hand in hand unto their oppressors.
Yeah.
But that hasn't done anything for us. So therefore, Buddhism would be retarded. It wouldn't mean anything because our people still suffering, and it's only one person that can stop us from that suffering. Now, can I read you these few scriptures real quick just to explain something? Sorry, bring that up.
Book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
Right, your people, right, the Germans, the Italians, the Jews, the so-called Jews, right, the Americans, right, the Spaniards, those people, they're the rich men in this parable. Right, they're clothed in purple, meaning they're viewed as royalty, as the best on the earth, right? You read it?
And fared sumptuously every day, right? And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
Right, we're that beggar named Lazarus, right? We beg y'all for everything for some reason. Do it even make sense for us to constantly go back to you guys? Shouldn't we? Why would that make sense? The only thing you guys have caused us is destruction.
Right, and I think that was one of the beautiful things. I took a class called Black Women and Black Power, and I studied Malcolm X. And what I thought was really significant was he said, well, Christianity, and because of course his original name was Malcolm Little, he's like, that was my slave name. Christianity is the white religion that was imposed upon me, therefore being part of Nation of Islam is my own origin and my power. And I thought that was really
Christianity.
something.
Yeah, it's a doctrine that enslaved our people.
Right.
And like I said, us begging you guys, it hasn't done anything for us. Right? Because we've accepted that we suffered, and that's why we try to join hand in hand, like I said. But to your mindset, right, for Buddhists, right, you said that we should suffer less. You think you can help us suffer less?
Yes.
You sure you think you can do that?
I've dedicated.
Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
For your Buddhist God?
We don't believe in God.
Oh, you don't believe in God? All right.
So we believe
well, will you do it for our sakes, for the God of Israel's sake? Because according to the Bible and the history and archaeology, the Israelites who are that beggar in that parable would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. So brother, give me Isaiah 49 and 23. Right. So this will help our people suffer less if you are willing to do this for the beggars. Right. Give me Isaiah 49 and 23.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers,
right?
And their queens thy nursing mothers,
right?
They shall bow down to thee.
What shall they do?
They shall bow down to
the
thee.
Lord say?
They shall bow down to thee.
Right, so if you truly want to help so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you would truly bow down and kiss every one of their feet. Because you said that'll help us suffer less, right? Because we got to constantly accept it. We know what that's going to stop us.
Yeah.
And you bowing down to us will stop all that suffering.
Well, I do think that I can contribute. I am a literacy tutor at the House of Corrections, which is amazing.
Right.
And so I feel that I am contributing.
Hey, I have a question.
Veterans who are less fortunate.
What ethnicity is ruling the music industry right now?
And so that's how I feel I contribute.
Well, God said if you really truly feel that way, right, then you would bow down, right?
What ethnicity is music industry right now?
That's it. That would help our people, and that'll motivate us to continue pushing them in faith, because we know that the God of Israel is on our
And I
side.
think that's
Right?
fucking awesome.
With their face toward the earth.
With their face towards earth. So if you don't want to kiss our feet, you would surely bow
It's
down
like
with
when
your
the
face towards
blues
the earth
artists
and
ruled
say,
the world, man.
these are the children of
You're
Israel.
the king, Alvin King.
And lick up the dust of thy feet.
Do what?
And
Lick up the dust of thy feet.
Meaning kiss
Black
their
belly.
boots. So are you willing to do that to show that
Robert
you're
Johnson.
sorry for what your forefathers have done to the Israelites,
Man,
to the blacks
oh,
and Native Americans?
Oh,
It's no such thing. It's no metaphor.
John Lee Hooker.
Well, I'm not gonna kiss your boots.
Well, you ain't got to do that. That's why he said bow down to the ground with your face towards the earth and just say, these are the true children of Israel. And I am sorry for what my forefathers have done and making you guys suffer. Because we won't stop suffering until more people like you realize that we're the Israelites and that we're God's chosen people and that we need to be treated like royalty. So are you willing to do that? Because if not, then you're not
What
sorry.
I am willing to do is that in the Buddhist tradition, how
Well, we're not dealing with
well,
the
no,
Buddhist
no,
tradition.
but I'm going to anoint you.
You can't annoy me.
Well,
That's all. Watch out,
Okay,
watch out.
all right.
Don't
Well,
annoy me.
I was going to.
Hey, don't annoy
I
me.
was going to show
Give me
you
Psalms
my
23
highest
and 5.
expression as a Buddhist, but
We don't want you anointing us.
all right.
So, hey, unfortunately for you, you have to prepare your mind for slavery. You have to
That's
prepare
right.
to be bound up and chained by the God of Israel and
Right.
his son Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
That's right.
Hatazadat.
Hey, brother, you gotta move.
You got 5 seconds on the Bible? Yeah, come 5 seconds to the Bible. Psalm 23 and verse 5.
Psalms chapter 23 and verse 5.
No.
Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
So the Lord is trying to prepare a table for you in the presence of all his enemies. Right? His enemies will be all the people that have enslaved your people and destroyed your people and destroyed all your communities. They put crack in your communities, guns. They put drill music over jazz music that our people made just to continue to destroy and further the affliction. So the Lord's prepared a table, which is the kingdom of heaven, right for you, right? Keep reading.
I will, thou anointest my head with oil.
Right? You want to be anointed with the oil of the Lord. Like this woman tried to anoint us in the name of Buddha. You want to be anointed in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who is God, and his son, who is Jesus. Right? With oil. You got the apocryphal, all praise to the Most High. So you know you were Israelite? You want to find out that you were Israelite?
I'm not. I believe in Gnosticism.
What is that?
It's one of the oldest forms of religion ever.
You can explain it? I never heard of that.
Pretty much that this world isn't the real world. This is the devil's world. This is the material world. So
Okay.
everything you're saying
We agree we want to say this isn't the real world, but we would say that this world is ran by the devil, right? And that the spirit of the devil is on a specific person on this earth. That's definitely true, right? Go to John chapter 8 and verse number 44. And you give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. No, it's definitely that.
I think it's a little
You feel me?
I agree with that. but I
So,
think it's
so
more.
what do you mean by it's not real then? It's all a simulation.
Pretty much, yeah. It's the oldest form.
So
It's
how do you stop the
simulation.
simulation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the power in believing?
So you believe in yourself. Everything that you're saying, like
All
the
right.
Bible is a metaphor. Heaven is up here.
All right, so you're saying basically like
Heaven
the
is
kingdom,
not a place.
You're saying the kingdom is within you. That's true. The kingdom is within you. That's just talking about faith and all that stuff. But you feel me? Your faith got to push you to do something and to believe in something for it to stop all this. So what's you said nothing. You say you can't stop it. So then how am I gonna stop it?
I mean, you can stop it for yourself, yeah.
So how do you stop it for yourself?
No, it works.
So how? I want to figure out like how will it look when you stop it for yourself? Ever thought about that? Right. Well, let's give you a picture of how it would look. Right. Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse. Give me Revelation. Romans 12 and 2. Right. This is how you stop it. Right. We're gonna show you. This book is actually your history. You are Israel, whether you believe it or not. You are. We can prove it with the history. You want us to hop into the history?
12 and 2?
One of my friends I used to work with, he was like, he's coming to work with us. That's why I already
Hey, Romans 12 and 2. So
talk about this.
we'll prove it with the history and the prophecy, just so you can understand who you are. Because history, you believe in history, right? So surely you have to believe that your forefathers will be Israelites based on history. That this book is talking about your people. What about prophecy? You say you got the prophecy. So you believe in prophecy as well, or telling of the future. Right? So that makes this not a simulation.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's
I mean,
just
you can
God's
see the
word.
end.
That makes it God's word. You just said you don't know what your end is, so how would it be a simulation?
It's ongoing video.
Right, bring this up. Romans 12:2.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Right, you don't want to be conformed to this world, because the world we thought is thinking that this stuff is a matrix or a simulation. It's not. It's just controlled by a specific person.
I think it is.
And we know who this person is, brother.
I think it is because of the planets. I think it is because of the way everything is. I think it is because of like the golden rule.
What's the golden rule?
See, I was 369. Pretty much the number.
6'9", ain't that what Rey Mysterio said?
6'4". Make those.
We not, brother. We trying to show you the truth.
So am I. I already know about it.
You don't.
I do. I've gone. I've spent time with people. I forgot what it's called. We left and went to Tennessee and did this, and I learned about all of it.
So you think this assimilation, this book is
I think the world.
okay? What about this book then?
What do you mean?
Hey, what do you get out of reading?
I like this video. I want to know.
Yeah. I said it like this.
So that history goes right along with the Bible.
All right.
But this isn't even the whole Bible.
So we'll say we understand what you're saying, but the point that we're trying to make is that you're an Israelite, brother, that you got to keep God's commandments to break this simulation, if you want to say that. To break this simulation and break this world how we know it, you have to keep the commandments so that you can change. That's how you break the simulation, if that's what you want to say. You feel me?
That's just by lead my example.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
That's all you can really do. But besides that, this world is almost hopeless.
It's hopeless when you're not in the light, essentially. When you don't have anything to hope after, we don't know who, like our people. Let's look at, you got a crackhead on the sidewalk, or a homeless brother, right? He not keeping no commandments. He's hopeless because he doesn't know who he's serving. He don't know his purpose. All right, give me Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. Now, somebody that's hopeless, they don't know what their purpose is. Us brothers, us brothers up here, we have a hope, right? Because we know the latter end of this world, and we know that if we endure our way into the end, that we have a reward. Right? Give me Revelation 22 in verse number 12. Right, get that up.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right? He said this is the conclusion of life. This is the whole matter of life. Right? Keep reading.
Fear God
Fear God
and keep his
and
commandments.
keep his commandments. Because that's how you break the simulation. I mean the simulation. Only if you keep the commandments. You can do all the meditating, all the damn whatever you do, you can do all that you want.
Meditating is prayer. That's what I want.
Yeah, meditating is prayer, right? But it's just, you got to, like the brother said, you got to be praying to somebody. You have to be praying to someone that is the Most High God, right? You have to know what you believe. You got to know the higher power you believe in to be praying to. You can't be praying to an unknown source, right?
In this simulation, do you like money?
Money doesn't matter.
So I'm just saying, do you like to live poor or wealthy?
Well, wealth is, you can define wealth for yourself.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of people can't even get themselves above water. Right? So how is it a simulation if they can't put themselves in a better
I
position?
believe 50% of people aren't real.
Alright, so
Only because,
go to Revelation 20.
only because you have a mental voice.
What if I read out loud?
Some people don't have that. That's a lot of people lost.
But, so,
That
like
is
I
God.
said, so
I think that is God.
God could put his spirit in, right? But it's a whole different meaning behind all that. Like he said, you can't be meditating. You can't just be praying to an unknown source and saying this is simulation. It's a God. He has a
It is
name.
the God.
He has a name though. He has a name. He has a specific people. And he has a purpose of what he set this whole entire earth to be and how he wants it to be.
See, I think
How
God
he
is
wants it to
more. I
operate.
think God is more than this earth. This earth
He
is
is.
not his. He doesn't really care.
Give me
God
Acts
is not
7 and
about
48.
Because when you talk about God and the devil, they have to be against their opposition. That's life. That's a part of life.
Actually, Satan, that's another conversation, but he works on the left-hand side of God.
Yeah,
So make scriptures, right?
God is
Let's
right
read
hand,
this.
Satan's left hand.
Acts chapter 7 and verse
They
49.
have to work.
Heaven is my
What the
throne.
Lord say?
Heaven is my throne.
I don't think he heard you.
Heaven is my throne.
Right?
And earth is my footstool.
So he
And
does,
that's your
he does.
this,
So
yes.
that's
Top and
God.
bottom.
That's the word of
Opposites,
God.
yes. Opposites.
He said earth is his
Top and
footstool. So the earth matters because he created. Why would he create it if it don't matter? That don't make sense.
The universe.
Brother, what about the
bigger,
universe?
think bigger.
What about the
Bigger
universe?
The devil has the earth.
Brother. Why does the devil have the earth?
Because that's God's word says.
Because the Most High God, He gave
God
power
said-
to him to do this.
Exactly.
Okay, so this
God-
ultimately, if God has the power to overthrow what Satan is doing, then how the hell is it essentially
God
Satan
gave the devil the earth. He says
Okay,
that in the
He
Bible.
gave him power. Like, we understand what you're saying, but He has the power to overthrow that.
So why would he do that? Why would he give it?
What's the fulfill His will? Right? Give me
What's
Isaiah
his will?
46 and
What's
verse
God's will?
Like I just told you. For the Israelites to keep His commandments, live in righteousness, so that He could destroy the earth as we know it, so that they can live and establish righteousness on the earth. That's what the purpose of God is. The purpose of God is to be simulated to give you the video. Right?
Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring, look, brother, declaring
Actually,
that.
go to Romans 8 and verse number 20.
I believe in the oldest form of religion,
Narcissism.
Gnosticism. Look it up. If you don't know, educate yourself. That's all I'm
We'll
trying to
look
say.
into it, but
That's all I'm trying to
brother,
say.
we
I
gotta
already
tell
know
you
about
it's
this.
not,
That's all I'm trying to say.
it's not real. Narcissism is not real, right? Bring that up.
This, I know where this comes from. I know where that comes from.
Yeah, where did it come from?
8 and 28.
I don't
Romans
know.
8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose.
I know the Bible. I've read the Bible.
Verse 29.
I've read
For
the
whom He did foreknow, He also did predestine.
So the Lord God, right, He predestinated His elect people to keep commandments and bring righteousness on the earth, and the earth is filled with wickedness.
You think that's you?
I don't know if it's
Okay.
Lord, all I
You
can
think
say is
that's
Lord
somebody
willing.
down here?
Yes.
You do.
It's 144,000 men right now,
You know
and
that-
an innumerable
you know where that
multitude
comes
of
from?
blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So are you gonna listen? 'Cause I didn't finish making my point. So you got 144,000 men, black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and an innumerable multitude of Israelites, and you can't count it, that are gonna keep the commandments of God and bring righteousness on the earth. Now I don't know if that's me, but I'm hoping that it's me. Right? Just like every brother up here. We have hope in our salvation.
There's no mushroom.
Have I ever done what? No, I don't.
Have you ever smoked weed?
Smoke weed in the past.
What you think about weed and God?
I don't know what to know that. I think weed is a plant. That's it.
What about mushroom?
Mushroom is just a fungus.
Have you ever heard of DMT? Have you ever heard of ayahuasca?
Nah. You ever heard of that? What's that?
It's a hallucinating.
So it's like acid or some shit?
It's like acid and
Acid
mushrooms
is
is all the
man-made.
same.
Everything I'm saying is not
Well, it is man-made.
No.
I mean, it's not man-made, but the Lord predestinated you to say this stuff right here in front of us.
okay, yeah, I'm not
So,
listening.
so, brother, do you want to hear the purpose of the Lord or not?
I want to hear what you have to say.
We telling you what we have to say. We're gonna speak the words of God. That's it.
I want you to hear what I gotta say.
We heard what you say. You say you live in a
I don't think
simulation.
you-
Brother, you say you live in a simulation. You believe in
No,
Gnosticism.
I don't think you.
Brother, you're not listening. Everybody heard you say you live in a simulation. It's Gnosticism. This book isn't meaning nothing. That's what you said.
I didn't say the book is.
Brother, that's what you said. I don't know.
GNOSTICIS.
You never heard of it?
I never heard of that. I never heard of that.
Oh, Gnosticism?
Gnosticism.
I read a lot of books. I like reading books.
We like
I
reading
don't
books
care
too.
about religion.
We like reading books too.
I don't think that's
Actually,
So like,
So I got a question.
it say this. You said it's the oldest.
One of the oldest forms of religion.
It says GNOSTICISM. It says a prominent heretical movement of the 2nd century Christian church. How's that the oldest
I
religion?
said one of the oldest.
What's old? What's your definition of old?
Oh,
This is like well after Christ and Christian. This is after Christianity.
I'm not doing that.
My bad. Alright, if you don't mind, I do want to hear him explain it.
It's just Gnosticism is this. Yes, God is up here. And God created, let's just say, another God. God forms. That God is a God of this universe that we live in. Then that God had a baby. And that is the devil. God and Jesus, the devil, whatever you want to call it. The devil has to exist because it's opposite of God. They have to exist. That's just the world. Yes, exactly. Yin and yang. That's where that comes from. That's why it's two points. There is no. He's right. What else? What you got to say? He's right.
What he said?
Al's right.
Yin and yang. That's true. There is no good without evil. You can't define good without evil.
We understand what you're saying, brother.
So it has to happen.
Okay.
I'm not saying. Don't.
No, you keep going.
I'm not saying don't try and live right. I'm not saying that's great. You're supposed to try and live right. That's it.
Okay, so what I'm
No,
hearing,
I don't think nobody's supposed to bow down like the black and white. Yes, I understand that part, the history part of where they come from, where we come from. It's totally different.
You're saying like nobody should bow down to what, like image?
No, because
We don't bow down to anything. God told us not to bow down to anything. That's in the commandment. He told us not to bow down to it. So we don't bow down to nothing either. We just serve God. We do the good to prevent the evil and bring good on the earth. Because you want good on the earth, right? That's our whole purpose, to bring good on the earth for the Israelites. Because you would agree that it's nothing but bad. I'm not gonna say completely all bad, but most of the stuff that's going on is negative in our communities, right? And this is the specific reason why that negative has come, because we haven't done the good, which is keeping the commandments that God ordained us to keep. That's what we out here teaching. And like I said, we could go into you say you believe in history. We could go into the history and show you that you're Israelite. You say you believe in prophecy. We go into the prophecy that shows you that you're Israelite. That's our whole point. We understand the simulation part, but from the point that you take it, he got a question for you though. I'm gonna finish after him.
so why don't you believe that you're Israelite? Like, why is that a problem for you to believe that?
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I just don't.
So it's just no reason why you just don't.
So like, I don't believe all black people came from Africa.
You don't believe that either?
I mean, and so Hebrew Israelites have to be born in Africa or stem from Africa.
Everybody on the earth definitely wants place.
Comes from Africa, but like my lineage, if I get traced all the way back, I don't think it comes from.
Yeah, we understand that, we agree, right? But
So
all earth,
Israel.
all earth definitely started right around the land of Israel, right? But everything through migration and history, and people moving around, that's how people move. But that doesn't make that don't change your bloodline. Is what we're trying to teach. But he got a question.
I did have a question on Nazism, but we're gonna skip that. I'll just have to last. Talk about something that you said. We agree with you that we're not ethnically African. Like when our doctrine is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So you had some people that weren't in Americans. However, a lot of our people did get snatched from Africa, but that don't make us African by ethnicity. So when we teach that we eat, like, I don't know if that's something you know, but just as much as we don't like white people, we don't like Africans either. So what? No. So what we're saying is that the Hebrew Israelite doctrine. Well, one, we don't refer to ourselves as Hebrew Israelites, we're just Israelites. But our doctrine has nothing to do with Africans. We don't believe that we're descended from Africans. We don't believe that we're friends with Africans. We were just people that lived in the land of Africa the same way that we're people that live in the land of America. So if you're saying that Hebrew Israelites taught you that like you had to be a descendant of Africa, that's a misconception.
Yeah, you can join the movement. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But if you are an actual pure Hebrew Israelite, you come from
Israel? Well, like I said, so you got people that would claim to be Jews, right? But they weren't born over there in Israel, right? But that would so-called make them a Jew, right? But they was born in Milwaukee.
I don't Jew to me. Some of my friends are Jews. I don't think being Jewish is like.
Let's not harp too much on the ethnicity part. Let's just think about. All right, let me just think of another thing. So a Chinese person, they're born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Would that stop them from being the bloodline Chinese? All right, so that's what we teach. Just because you were born in America, born wherever you were born from, that doesn't stop you from being an Israelite. Because your bloodline is go through. You got Abraham, you got Isaac, you got Jacob, you had Noah, you had all these different men that begat children, and that's how the bloodline ended up getting to Jacob, and then to the 12 tribes of Israel, and to now on, right? And then he said that the Israelites will be living a specific way. Just that bloodline, the Israelites, and they will be living a specific way, and that's how we understand and know that we are the Israelites. Because of the history and the prophecy and certain archaeology.
That's our one side. That's the only reason I kind of don't believe in it too. I don't know because that's kind of very. That's like one of the only times where they kind of kept like bloodlines. You only really kind of hear about bloodlines in the Bible. You don't hear about other like but
Well, technically the Quran, they follow the Torah, but you feel me? That's a whole different story. But our doctrine, the doctrine of the Lord, is the bloodline of the Israelites. So that's all we try to teach. We can agree with the simulation part, to disagree to this, agree to disagree. But from the point like what you're saying that God had a baby and all that, that's
I didn't say God had a baby.
You said something. I swear I heard you say it.
No, she said was you believe there was a God, and then he made another God, and then that God had another baby, which is the devil. He said the baby part.
It's called the devil. This word from Gnosticism is called the
Demiurge.
Supposed to rule this world as what it's doing. That's just how it's doing.
So you believe in spirits now, right? All right. So that's what I was trying to tell you. The spirit of Satan is definitely on the earth, right? And he put that spirit, but that spirit is in people. That spirit has to be in people, right?
No,
because the spirit, your body has to have a spirit. All right, give me James 2:26. Yeah. There we go. Gnosticism, man. You learn something new every day. It's a form of Christianity. You learn something new every day with Jake, man. Gnosticism. They don't want to listen, man, but I don't know how much time I got. I'm gonna keep going until it's time to stop. All right, give me John 8:44. All right, you got 5 seconds to the Bible, sister?
No, thank you.
Are you an Israelite? John 8:44. Y'all got 5 seconds for the Bible? Y'all believe in God?
John chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
What are we?
Ye are of your father the devil.
That's what our people are, man. They of their father, the so-called white man. They want to be like Satan, man. Right? They believe in Gnosticism now, man. We're talking about God had a God, and God had a baby, and made another baby, and made a God, and made a devil. It don't make sense. Talking about 619 and shit, man. I mean, that's Satan overtaking our people's mind and leading them into captivity, man. Continuing to help them serve sin, right? Give me Romans 6 and verse number 12. You give me Baruch 6 and 25. Right? They just got our people captive with all these damn doctrines, man. Right? All these different ways of living. Our people don't want to serve God the true way because they feel like our people so prideful. They feel like they above the words of the Lord, man. They feel like they know too much to the point they think they understand this Bible truly to the point where they gotta believe in Gnosticism. Damn, sound crazy, man. Right? Bring that up.
Romans 6 and 12. Let no sin therefore reign in your mortal body.
And that's what our people do when they conform to these different ideologies and different ways of America, right? They let sin reign over them, man. They become servants unto Gnosticism, unto Christianity, Islam, damn Buddhism, right? They become servants unto chakra, right? Servants unto all these different ideologies, man. And sin, not knowing that they literally destroying themselves day by day until the day of the Lord comes, right? You read it?
That ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
Right? And they obey it, right? Because they lust after this certain knowledge that they seek it for, but it don't make sense. So they got to seek more and more different things. And they got to read a million books. They lusting after something that's vain, right? Keep reading.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin,
right?
But yield yourselves unto God,
right?
As those that are alive from the dead,
right? Just submit unto the Most High God, man. Just submit unto the words that He gave you out of this Bible. How hard is it to just simply submit unto the Lord and establish all your ways unto Him? It's a precept I'm looking for. Say establish your ways or something like that. I think it's Proverbs 4 and verse number 22. All right, you can bring this up. Baruch 6 and 25.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 6 and verse 25. The things wherein there is no breath are bought for a most high price.
Right.
Verse 26. They are borne upon shoulders, having no feet,
right,
whereby they declare unto the men that they be nothing worth. Verse 27. They also that serve themselves.
Go to verse 30.
Verse 30. For how can they be called gods.
Right?
Because women set meat before the god of silver,
How can
gold,
Gnosticism?
and wood.
How can Gnosticism be called a god, man? It hasn't brought forth anything unto our people, man. And that's what we're trying to get the brother to understand. What is Gnosticism doing for our people? What is believing in a simulation gonna do to break the simulation? And the brother was confounded. The brother got you.
Gnosticism just sounds like a form of just giving up. That's what it really sounded like.
Yeah,
That's all.
and that's a good point. Gnosticism. Hey, brother, you got 5 seconds, real quick. Learn your nationality according to the Bible. All right, brother, you're an Israelite, man. You gotta separate, man. Right? And like the brother said, it's a form of giving up. Our people, they done been beat and bruised and suffering from those white women, right? Like the white woman that was giving Buddhism, right? All those ideologies that they just say, fuck, I'm a Gnosticist. I'm a Gnosticist. Because they don't know what to believe in anymore. Right? These guys ain't got, it's nothing to hope in. The brother literally, you ask him what's gonna break this situation, he said, I'm hopeless. He literally said it. I'm hopeless, essentially. Because he don't believe in nothing. His meditation is vain because he don't know who he's praying to and who to believe in. Right? Read that up. Keep reading. Yeah. Go to verse 32.
Verse 32. They roar and cry
Right?
before their God.
They do what?
They roar and cry before their God,
Keep reading.
as men do at the feet when one is dead.
Right?
Verse 33. The priest.
Hold on. And they'll defend these doctrines with sighing and crying like no other, man. Like their life depend on it, man. The brother is literally fighting to defend a doctrine that just make you seem pathetic or hopeless at the end of the day. Right? I hope he goes and reflect on what everything was spoken to him about, and he realized, damn, I sounded stupid. Lord willing, you know, he see another Hebrew Israelite talking about Gnosticism, and that just changed his entire mind, and he come into the truth, man. Lord willing. Right?
Verse 33. The priests also take off their garments and clothe their wives and children. 34. Whether it be evil that one do it unto them, or good that they are not able to recompense it. They can neither set up a king nor put him down.
Right? Because he really don't know good from bad. He's saying that Gnosticism teach you good from bad, basically, but he doesn't know what that good from bad is. So he's gonna do anything, and he's gonna continue to dig a rabbit hole until he's fully destroyed and can't get back up. Right? And they can't set up a king, man. Right? They don't know who they worship. They don't know who to reverence. They worship themselves. Because he said the kingdom is within you and your God. And that's essentially what he's saying. He's saying they say it's all the same thing. He's saying you control your will and all this and all that. They just setting themselves up to be God and worship themselves. And it's never ending because it don't get you nowhere. We see this time and time again. Right?
Verse 35. In like manner, they can neither give riches nor money, though a man make a vow unto them and keep it not, they will not require it.
Right? Because if you're doing it, it's no accountability in Gnosticism or Christianity or any of these different ideologies or doctrines. It's no better than down being a homosexual, or no better than being a down murderer, right? Because you ain't got no accountability, right? You just doing whatever you want to do, right? Because you think it's right, right? Gnostics, hey, he could probably just want to freak off with little kids, and he don't gotta punish himself because he doesn't know good or bad, because he sets up his own destiny. Right? He don't got no damn body punishing him or recompensing him like an Israelite that keeps that vows a vow to the Most High and breaks it. Because when you vow that vow and you break it, you start to probably feel guilty inside. You're like, damn, man, I just fucked up, man. And you turn into the east, and then you praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. As to a Gnostic, he just praying to anybody. Right? Keep reading. That's why we gotta establish our ways to the Lord. That's why the men of the Lord are out here to teach people to repent and to stop doing that. You got that in Proverbs? You got 5 seconds for the Bible? Alright, brother. Right, Proverbs 4, I believe it's 20. Start at verse 2. Yeah, you start.
Proverbs 4 and verse 20.
You know,
My son, attend to my
What
word.
the Lord say?
My son, attend to my word.
Right? The brother has to truly and sincerely hearken unto the words of the Lord, incline his ear, and be willing to listen. A lot of this stuff just go in one ear and one out the other. The brother said we wasn't listening, but actually it was the other way around. Until brothers, everybody started chiming in, and we get to telling them it's about a bloodline. But at the end of the day, what's your question?
So that guy that you asked to have 5 seconds for the
Yeah.
Bible, he has white friends. Are you trying to
Trying to separate them, yeah. Right? Keep going.
Incline thy ear unto my sayings.
Right.
Let them not depart from thine eyes.
What did the Lord say?
Let them not depart
Apart
from
from
thine
thy
eyes.
Because our forefathers and what we've done when we were younger, right? All the cycles and generations that departed from the Most High, it led up to a brother believing that God had a baby and all this other nonsense. It leads into all this other nonsense. We'll see. We'll find out in about 2 weeks from now. We'll hear about another damn ideology called Marxism or some crazy stuff. It's always got to end with an ism, right? Keep reading.
Keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them.
Right, and that brother, he's spiritually dead and he has no life, no hope. That's what it is. When you ain't got life, you have no hope because you
Right.
can't do anything.
Right.
Give me Sirach 17 and verse number 27. Right, keep reading.
And health to all their flesh.
No. That's it. Keep reading.
Keep thy heart with all diligence,
Right.
for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Verse 26. Ponder the path of thy feet.
Do what?
Ponder the path of thy feet,
Keep reading.
and let all thy ways be established.
And let all your ways be established by doing the work of the Lord, man. By keeping His commandments, by having faith, by having hope, man. Right? Because with faith, it comes hope, man. Right? And a lot of our people, they don't have that, man. That's why we walk around here so lost. Right? But give me that Sirach 17 and verse 27. You give me Ecclesiastes 9
The
and
book
10.
of
That's what you want.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17 and verse 27. Who shall praise the Most High in the grave?
The Lord saying,
Who shall praise the Most
Most
High?
High in the grave.
Who shall
Praise the Most High in the
You
grave.
cannot praise the Most High in the grave physically, and when you spiritually dead, you can't truly serve the Lord, man. Right? You can't pray to the Lord. You can't do nothing if you're not truly serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. If you don't know who your power is, you don't know who your higher power is, you can't do anything, man. Right?
Instead of them which live and give thanks.
Right? And that's what we out here doing, man. Giving thanks to the Lord for taking us out of the world, man. For taking us from now all these different ideologies, from adultery, from hatred,
Right.
from all the wickedness and damn evil that's in this world, and helping us establish our ways before Him, so that we can look and repent and change.
Right.
Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do,
Whatsoever the Lord has given you to do, right?
do it with thy might.
Do it what?
Do it with thy
might.
Do it soft.
Do it with thy might.
Do it down weak.
Do
it with thy might.
The Lord told us to do everything with might. So we got to come out here and serve God mightily. We got to come out here and break down strongholds mightily and continue to endure mightily. Right? You read it?
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
And it's nothing you can do when it's too late, man. You can't do the work in the grave, so you better live it up and do this work as hard as you can right now before it gets taken. All right, with that, I'm gonna give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem Mashiach, Yahushua, Yahushai. Bom Yashua.
Bom Yashua.
Bom Yashua.
Bom Yashua.
Bom Yashua.